Oh my goodness, guys, yet again, another great day in the stock market. We had the S&P 500 up over 1%, the Dow up 0.9%, the NASDAQ 100 up 1.6%, and the Russell also went up 0.4% on the day. And today we're going to be breaking down some technicals, going over a bunch of stocks to buy now, and I also want to share with you guys where my head is at as a trader, as an investor, and where I see the markets going here moving forward. So if you guys find value, hit the like button, subscribe, go down below, get yourself $30 from M1 Finance, and check out my video from earlier. Open that up, leave it in the other tab, check it out later. You won't want to miss it. So let's get into what ended up happening today. And you can see clearly the S&P 500 hit yet again. I can't believe I'm saying this, guys. Yet again, another all-time high. SPY hit $416.16. Like we said, up over 1% at the close. And pulling up the S&P index to see exactly where it did hit that high, it was at 4175.49. So how much has the S&P gone up this year, just out of curiosity? And we'll look at some data here. Very rough data, it's nothing too crazy, but from 3,700 up to 4,173, we've already ran up 11% in 2021 alone on the S&P 500. And again, that high was hit at 4173, roughly where we ended up closing the day today. And this could be because, I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but the jobless claims numbers came in pretty low today. And usually the past couple of months, ever since CV kicked off, you guys know, millions of people have been filing every single week. Every Thursday that number comes out, and it's been about 700,000, 800,000 the past couple of months weekly, right? And today I believe it hit the low that it's been at this whole crisis, and that was at about 500-ish, a little bit over 500,000 jobless claims, but still, that's a lot. But the fact that we hit that low point, that definitely had a little bit to do, I'd say, with the rally today. And again, crazy rally. We held a higher low based on this move here on the hourly at about 41.20. We ripped right off of that. The uptrend continued. We hit a higher high today. And pulling up QQQ, you guys can see the NASDAQ 100. I believe it also hit an all-time high today. Let me double check that. Yeah, 14,040 points. And just like the SPX, NDX held a higher low at the 50 moving average here at 13,800, and we ripped right out of it, right? We ripped to a higher high, all-time high, and QQQ, you guys can see, I didn't mention where that got to, 342. That is where QQQ's at. And at this point in time, could we pull back to 338, maybe test that and go higher? For sure, but I'm also looking at this as if we break 342, which was resistance yesterday as well, pre-market, roughly 342. I think if QQQ breaks this, we're going to go straight probably to 345 or something before we even see a pullback. And notice how the RSI here is not too hot. The RSI is at 64, so that means, okay, we might see a nice squeeze out of 342. We go to 345. That'd push the RSI up to like a 70 plus or something. Then we might need a little pullback. So overall, markets are on fire. Did the Dow hit an all-time high? Probably. Yup, it did. Over 34,000 points, guys. 34,000. This is nuts. And the VIX for sure got slammed. Yeah, VIX down 2.5% today. And gold, guys, gold was up 1.6%, and silver was up 1.5%. And don't worry, later on in this video, we're going to talk about some gold stocks that have been crushing it. So stay tuned for that. And let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about this? Are you getting nervous about the markets? Are you kind of comfortable with where things are at? And it's crazy because a lot of the Wall Street bet stocks, a lot of these SPACs, the hype plays, YouTube hype stocks, whatever you want to call them, they've been underperforming a ton as of late, as the markets are at all-time highs. So I'm getting a lot of comments. People are losing a bunch of money. The truth is, that's probably why. If you're heavy in the Wall Street bets, hype stocks, the SPACs, those haven't been doing well. And me personally, guys, I do have some money in these types of names, but it's such a small portfolio or percentage of my portfolio, overall portfolio. I'm not really feeling anything from that. In fact, my portfolio as a whole just keeps going up day after day after day because I'm not too heavy into these. At least it's been going up day after day as of late because the market hasn't had a red day at all in April, right? So keep that in mind. I mean, that could be a sign that you're over allocated to these SPACs, right? And these hype stocks, which, don't get me wrong, a lot of those are good. They have potential, but you have to ask yourself, a lot of them don't make money now, and being too heavy in them, it might be a bit too risky, right? At least for me, I believe it is, and we'll talk about this maybe in another video. That could be a nice video idea on its own. Yeah, I should probably write that down. Maybe I'll make a video tomorrow or this weekend on that. But anyway, and let me know in the comments if you guys would like me to make a video on that. So let's talk about some stocks here, some moves that I made. You guys know, well, we'll get into that in a second. Hold on, let's not get ahead of ourselves. But number one here is AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, and this one up over 6 or almost 6%, up over 5% on the day. And if you guys are in my Patreon, you get all my buy and sell alerts. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, $76.65. That is where I bought AMD. I got an AMD. It must have been on this drop. It was a couple weeks ago, so I've been holding it. Yeah, it was in March for sure. It was right around here, right? Beginning of March, picked up those shares, and now we're officially seeing a breakout. This is a very good sign. We're actually taking out the 180 and the 50 moving averages with today's big pop, and we're also seeing a golden cross, the 50 SMA crossing above the 180 SMA here. That's pretty bullish, and one spot that I want to get out of, well, I'd hope for AMD to get out of, right, would be about $84. $84 has been resistance stemming back from the middle of March at about, on the 16th of March, the 8th of April as well, and now we're under $84, struggling there as well. So I think a big gap up is going to come on AMD if we're able to get out of 84, and for me, I'm already up. Like I said, I've built myself a nice cushion, and this is more of a longer term play for me anyway, so I don't have plans on selling out of AMD, but it would be nice to see it go up. I mean, who doesn't like the stocks that they're in? Who doesn't like not seeing them go up, right? I mean, let's be honest. I'd love to see AMD go up, and I think if 84 breaks, we're going to go straight to 88, followed by $90, and I'm not the only one that thinks that. In fact, we got a, what was it today? We got a increase from, I forget who it was, what analyst it was. It doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess it does matter a little bit. Raymond James, he increased it to outperform with a $100 price target. And I've been saying that. I mean, that's why I got in at 77, because I've been saying AMD is a $100 plus stock. So yeah, I fully agree with that. So watch out for AMD, guys. They also have earnings coming up here in 12 days on the 27th of this month of April. And Snapchat is stock number 2, which is at a resistance. It's been at for the past over a month at this point, ever since the middle of March. And that's at about $65. In fact, we've struggled there all of 2021 for the most part, other than that big pop to the mid-70s, which only lasted a couple days. I mean, other than that, 65 has been a sticking point for Snapchat, and you can see we struggled there in the middle of March, all of April so far, and I believe if we take this point out, there's going to be a huge momentum shift. I think a lot of volume is going to kick in, and the stock's going to get back to $70. I mean, I have no doubt in my mind that that's going to happen. And of course, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but that's just how I see it. I think Snapchat is a $70, $75 stock, no doubt about it. So I'm going to set an alert at $64.50. Create that. Perfect. Actually, let me cancel that and put it at 65, or I could have just moved it up. $65, there we go, create. Okay, $65. If it breaks that, I think 68, 70 bucks is where we're going to be headed. And CRM is one that I've been contemplating, it feels like for months at this point, to buy. And and my opportunity is slowly fizzling away. But then again, there's still a lot of upside. But this is one that I've been tracking, since the low 200s, 210s, 215s. We call the breakout at 217, and now it's at 232. It's approaching the resistance of the downtrending channel, which has got to be one of the most beautiful downtrending channels that we've seen here in recent times, at least on my YouTube channel, right? This is textbook, guys. And I'm thinking if 235 could break, which I'm going to put a little drawing here so you guys can see it. 235, if that breaks, we're going to see a nice gap up to about 250 in my opinion, which again goes back to me saying, oh, I should have bought in earlier. I've been tracking it for a while, but then again, there's still upside, from 235 to about 250. So it's not too late for CRM. In fact, there's a lot of headway even past 250, up to about 265. We're talking 270 as well. I mean, the all-time high on this is 284, at least on the 4-hour chart. Let me double check that. That has to be the all-time high, right? Yeah, it is, 284. So for all we know, this could go back to the 280, 285 level. So CRM, I like it. It's still in a bear market, I believe, right on the cusp of a bear market. It's down about 18% from that all-time high right now. So I'm watching CRM. So let's talk about some gold stocks, which I've been talking about for weeks now, guys, and it seems like we're finally getting the rally, and I'm excited because a lot of you did probably, or some of you probably positioned yourself, but I positioned myself in these gold stocks as a contrarian play. I'm not putting all my money in the gold stocks. That'd be a little irresponsible of me, but I am putting a decent chunk because inflation is here. There's going to be some inflation for the next couple, I don't want to say next couple of years for sure, but now, in the short term, for sure, we're going to see inflation next year, 18 months, no doubt about it. Gold's going to go up, the physical metal, in my opinion. I've been buying gold. You guys know that. I think that's going to do very well. And the gold miner stocks, they are a way to play gold, the physical metal. And they're a leveraged way to actually play gold. And they do very well when the price of gold goes up. So, for me, GOLD, the ticker symbol here, which is Barrick Gold, this is one of the best companies to own, at least in my opinion. You must do your own research. When it comes to gold miners, this is definitely one of the best. And today it went up over 4%, up about 90 cents on the day. And this is one, like I said, I positioned myself in a couple weeks ago. I bought in at $19.06 on the dot, guys. I bought some shares there. And this is going to be one that I'm holding for medium to long term. Definitely over a year, so I don't have to pay that tax, right? If you hold it over a year, it's 15% tax. So I'm definitely going to hold this one over a year, reap the rewards from the price appreciation that I think is coming from gold going up, the physical metal going up in price, and they also, Barrick Gold, they also pay a dividend, which I'm super fond of, about 2%. I'll take that as the stock's going up, and mind you guys, I'm already up 15% on my position from $19, roughly $19.06 to be exact, up to where we are now. I'm up a little bit under 15%, 14.27 to be exact. So I'm happy about this one. And a lot of you might be asking, Stas, is there more upside? I truly believe there is. You guys can see the high here on the 4-hour chart is $31. We're currently 30% under that high. And I mean, look, technically speaking, we're already seeing a golden cross. We're above both moving averages. And I believe as we start to break the mid-20s, that is where the momentum's really going to shift as we get out of the overall downtrend as well on this 6-month chart. And on top of that, earnings are coming out here on the 5th of May, about a couple weeks from now. So Barrick Gold, how much lower could it go? That's what I was also asking myself when I was looking at this. I can't see this going much lower with the inflationary environment that we're in, with gold, the physical metal, I truly believe is going to go over $2,000 an ounce. How much lower can these gold stocks go? I figured as a contrarian bet, I couldn't go wrong. That's what I was thinking, and I still firmly believe that, and I'm still holding on for at least another year when it comes to Barrick Gold. And another one, if you want a broader look at some gold stocks, is GDX. This is a gold miners ETF. It holds, I forget how many it holds, but a lot. It holds a lot of the big dogs in the gold industry. They're in this ETF. So if you want broader exposure than just buying a single stock like Barrick Gold, GDX is for you, and this is breaking out as well, even more than Barrick Gold itself. You can see it's out of the downtrend already. We clearly broke all the moving averages here, and we're now taking out highs from back in January, back in early mid-January, late January. That is a very good sign that momentum is turning, and I believe if we could break above 36, a clean break above 36, 39 is the next big target here on GDX, followed by, I'm going to say 41 to about 41.50. So, in my opinion, guys, this is just getting started. GDX has a lot of upside. Same with Barrick Gold. These are definitely worth watching, in my opinion. No doubt about it. And DAL, which is one that I'm looking at right now, maybe as a trade. There's no way I'm going to buy the airlines as a long-term investment here, or the banking stocks, or the cruise lines, and maybe even some hotel stocks. I'm not touching those here. We've talked about that before on the channel. I believe the move has been made. The ship has sailed. But as a trade, short-term stuff, DAL could be a decent opportunity if it holds the uptrend here, which as of now, it looks like it's trying to, right around $45. In fact, it's gapping up even more after hours, and you guys can see the little inverse head and shoulder that's forming on the intraday chart here. Take a look at that. We have the left shoulder here. We have the head right here, followed by the right shoulder. So this could be setting up for a move back up, maybe to about $48, $49 in the very short term, which could give it about a couple percentage points upside, 4 or 5% upside. So watch out for that with DAL. And they reported earnings today. Almost forgot to mention. They did EPS of negative $3.55 versus negative $3.13 estimated. So they beat EPS, they actually missed on EPS. They missed on EPS. And operating revenue also missed, $3.6 billion versus $3.91 billion estimated. So missed on both EPS and revenue. So that's a bit worrisome, I'm not going to lie. And the stock went down 3%. But don't worry, the stock market is the stock market, and you'd be surprised. I mean, this stock DAL could shake off that earnings report and go right back up. That is the reality of the matter. And that's exactly why I'm watching it, because if it could creep up past 47, 48, we might squeeze back up to $50. And who knows, if we get decent earnings from some of the other airlines, like LUV, a better airline in my opinion. They report in 1 week. Let's say AAL, they do well or something like that. That could indirectly affect DAL, and it could go up. So we have to watch the airlines here as it is earnings season for them, and slowly but surely it's going to be some of the big tech names reporting this month, which I'm super excited about. And the last one here for today, guys, I don't want to keep you too long because there's another video I want you to check out, which I made earlier. It's about 3 beaten down stocks to buy now, which I didn't mention any of them in this video, so you got to go check that out. I'll link it down below. And the last one here for this video is AMC. AMC went up 6% today, almost cracked above $10 a share. Come on, AMC. Let's do it, baby. Let's go. You guys can see it's trading out of the wedge. It broke out of this wedge here on the 4-hour. That's a good sign. It peaked above the 50 SMA here as well, but we're still under the 180 SMA on this 4-hour chart at about $10.20 to 30 cents. So I believe tomorrow, and I'm going to set an alert, and for next week as well, guys, if AMC in general could get above $10, $10.20, $10.50 roughly, I believe it's in breakout territory, and I would not be surprised if it were to heat up again. That would not shock me. So I'm going to set an alert at $10.25. If this could break $10.25, watch out for a move to about $11.50 to $12, anywhere in that area. That is where I think it could end up going. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. We went over a bunch of stocks, some of my thoughts on the market. We ran through, some news here as well. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to go down below, hit the like button, also subscribe to the channel. Just doing those things would help me out so much. I appreciate you guys. And if you all wanted to join the Discord chat, it's free. That's link down below. You could also check out my Patreon for real-time buy and sell alerts, call-outs, morning update videos every trading day. And if you guys want more one-on-one access with me, that's on Patreon. And you guys could also get $30 from M1 Finance by simply using my link, depositing $100, and then you get that $30 free dollars. And you can get $10 from Coinbase. All of those are linked down below. So I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. As always, I'll see you all in the next video, which is going to be that 3 beaten down stocks to buy now video. I'll link it down below. I'll also pop it right up here. Check it out. I guarantee you guys will find value in that. I'll see you all there. Thanks for watching. As always.